This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. St. James Police list 13 persons of interest. The St. James Police have listed 13 individuals as persons of interest. They are Nikilo Lewis, otherwise called Kilo, and Bugs Bunny of Lilliput, St. James. Jeffrey Binger, otherwise called Shane of Ocean Heights, Lilliput, St. James. Shane Earl, 31, otherwise called Tumbo, a laborer of Lottery, St. James. Karen Johnson, otherwise called Man Fox of Boog Hill, Montego Bay, St. James. Kenya Robinson, otherwise called Rasta of Sheffield District, Westmoreland. Tevon Johnson, otherwise called Pappy of Rose Heights, St. James. Carl Van Horn of Upper King Street, Montego Bay Flankers, Norwood in St. James. Kingsley Drummond, otherwise called Zulu, and O'Shane Poyser. They also listed men only known by their aliases, Beng, Demar, Bunji, and Waki. Detectives believe that these men may be able to assist with their investigations into various incidents in the division. They are asked to immediately report to the Montego Bay Criminal Investigation Branch. Anyone knowing their whereabouts is asked to call the Montego Bay Police at 876-979-8452-3, 119 Police Emergency Number, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. Westmoreland cop arrested and charged with murder. A policeman was arrested on Tuesday and charged with murder. Constable Kimani Williams, 27, who is assigned to the Negril Police Station with the Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, was charged following a ruling by the Director of Public Prosecutions. Williams is charged for the killing of Kemar Crooks from Whitehall in Negril, Westmoreland. Crooks was fatally shot during an incident in Whitehall in May 2020. Shortly after being charged, Constable Williams was taken before the Westmoreland Parish Court. He was granted $750,000 bail with 1 to 3 sureties by Parish Court Judge Steve Walters. Constable Williams is being represented by attorney at law Christopher Townsend. Crooks, also called Kino, was killed during a confrontation with the police about 11:30 a.m. The police were reportedly called to the community to quell a domestic dispute. Chang says youth being given options from life of crime. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang is optimistic that by providing youngsters with jobs that pay $50,000 weekly, in some cases, the government will be able to break the cycle of continuous criminal activities across the country. He told Jamaica Labour Party supporters at a meeting of the JLP's Area Council in Chapelton on Sunday that a program has already started in St. James. We are taking young men off the street, literally, to operate heavy-duty equipment. If you drive a trailer truck from Kingston to Montego Bay 5 times for the week, you can make $50,000 for the week. That's the kind of money that will prevent them from wanting to run behind the criminals. If we provide our young men with a better quality of life to earn decently and honestly, they will take it, and that is a part of the mission of the government, he said, adding that strengthening the police with the necessary resources will also aid in this process. The minister said while measures already implemented to decrease crime are working, more still needs to be done to ensure greater results. We have to strengthen the police and get the murder rate down. We have to stop the killing now. When we have the states of emergency, we do it faster. We will continue to provide the tools that will allow the police to work with the citizens to save lives. And in the long run, we are going to ensure that our young men who are getting into criminality will be provided with a life with different opportunities to make them grow to be honest, productive people. Chang, Member of Parliament for St. James Northwestern and the Deputy Prime Minister, told his audience, "We're fighting crime on 2 legs to provide you with a police force that has the power, resources, and the numbers to overcome the active criminals. When I talk to the young men in my community, all of them don't want a BMW and overnight riches. They want a future for their children and themselves and a safe community. Because when the gun fire, the bullets fly through window and kill people who don't even know what is happening on the outside," he added. The security minister also spoke of the importance of ensuring effective communication and internet connectivity for every poor child in achieving quality education because he said, "That's how we are going to break the cycle of crime in Jamaica." Former police chief wants a clean sweep of criminals in constabulary. Rear Admiral Hardley Lewin, a former commissioner of police who also served as a chief of staff of the Jamaica Defense Force, said it is no secret that there are criminals in the constabulary force and called Wednesday for a clean sweep following last Friday's arrest of 4 cops suspected of being gang members. From the recent incident, my takeaway from it is a positive one because it is no secret that there are criminals in the force. They did not join as criminals, they morphed, Lewin told Wednesday's launch of the annual State of Justice report at the Jamaica Pegasus in St. Andrew. According to the former police chief, he had long indicated the state of affairs in the police force but had been lambasted for doing so. "I addressed the Jamaica Employers Federation in 2008 and I said emphatically that there are criminals in the force, and I was pilloried and harangued by all sorts of people, but I didn't relent. My takeaway from this incident is a positive one. Discover them, clean them out, and clear them out," he said emphatically. The Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch of the Constabulary on Friday announced the arrest of 4 constables suspected of being members of the Clarendon-based Ranker gang. The criminal outfit is also said to be headed by a police constable who was arrested on a previous occasion. Lewin, who made his remarks while commenting on the issue of the police being empowered to investigate their own through bodies such as the Independent Commission of Investigations, had prefaced his declaration by saying, "An individual who has the powers of a constable is amongst the most powerful persons in Jamaica. A criminal who has the powers of a constable is amongst the most dangerous persons in Jamaica." On Wednesday, Director of the Institute of Criminal Justice and Security at the University of the West Indies, retired Professor Anthony Harriott, wading in on the issue of the police investigating their own, said the police have a responsibility to investigate their own. They ought to be the persons most vested in safeguarding their integrity, so I don't believe in denying them the capacity so to do. I believe we should hold them to account in doing it, but the society needs a second line of defense. That is why we now have Indicom. So the issue is not to diminish it, but to better enable Indicom to cope with the role. Meanwhile, Commissioner of Indicom Hugh Faulkner, in responding to concerns raised by Jamaicans for Justice in its report about Indicom being donor-funded and the fears that it might affect its independent functioning, said, "We have assistance, but we do not have trespass." Firstly, donors are contributors to the work of Indicom. The government of Jamaica is a major contributor to the work of Indicom, but I will be pressing for additional funding to strengthen Indicom in our first quarter report for this calendar year, Faulkner said. Indicom has a partnership with the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office that provides us with funding, and I must say that this has been helpful in assisting our resource needs, our technical needs, and our equipment needs, and the legislative policy of Indicom is the exclusive domain of the Jamaican Parliament. The operational aspects of Indicom are the exclusive domain of Indicom, he added. Accused the killer in love triangle remanded. A Kingston Mason who reportedly tracked down and killed a man he believed was having an affair with his girlfriend was on Monday remanded for a bail hearing on July 13 in the Home Circuit Court. Wesley Williams, who was captured on December 13, 2017, after nearly 2 years on the run, was charged for the June 2014 murder of Lotel Smith, a resident of Mount Sailor, St. Andrew. Williams' trial is, however, scheduled for October 9, 2023. A trial readiness hearing was also booked for July 10, 2023, when the matter was mentioned on Monday. According to police report, in June 2014, Williams and his girlfriend had a dispute during which he accused her of being unfaithful. He is accused of physically assaulting her. It is further reported that Williams took his girlfriend's cell phone, searched it, and sent a message to Smith to meet her at a location. Williams, who reportedly armed himself with a machete, then went to the location where he chopped Smith several times on his arrival. Smith was rushed to the hospital but later succumbed to his injuries. Williams, it is alleged, returned home with a machete and told his girlfriend that he had killed her lover. High-powered rifle seized in Westmoreland. A high-powered rifle was seized on Tuesday during an operation in Little London, Westmoreland. The police say an M16 rifle containing 13 rounds of ammunition was seized shortly before 6 p.m. Last week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness urged the Jamaicans to provide information to the police about guns and criminals in their community. He said there are incentives available for information under the Get Every Illegal Gun campaign. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.